Hi there, I am Akwa and this is 1Q Food Platter. Today is going to be Bangasoup, and I know a lot of people love Bangasoup. Now, Bangasoup, Atama soup, there's sometimes this confusion because both of course are made from palm fruit juice, but the spices are different and the leaves added are different. And then talking of Banga, you know, how would you cook Banga without the clay pot? Yes, of course you can, but look, there's something the clay pot adds to Banga soup. So let's go with the preparation of Banga. Palm fruit, that's it. That's what you need. The juice of this is what we're going to use in making Banga. But you know, these days when you go to the market woman is asking, do you want a Greek or native? Trust me, sometimes I can't even tell the difference. I just know that they put something in one bowl and put another thing in another bowl, and they point to you that this is native, this is a Greek. But generally, what native is supposed to be is that variety of Banga that is slightly more oily, and the Greek is the one that is thicker. And so when you combine the two, you get thickness and you get a little bit of oiliness if that's what you want. I think sometimes it pays to blend the two. The Greek, when it's too thick, yeah, it thickens, but you know, it does not give you that same effect. So the other thing about Banga is the spices. First, you have the ataiko, which is these ones that are roundish, light brown, and then you have this one which is called eregeje. It's flat. It's actually flat, and I don't know why it's so expensive, but for this little wrap, which you have barely 6 seeds or so in it, you could get this for 10 naira. And so I'm wondering, of course, most of these are, you know, you find in the forest widely growing, but I guess our farmers can start thinking of growing these spices, you know, in the farm, so we get a lot more of them, and of course we get them cheaper. You also have the stick. If you go to the market, just ask for Banga stick and the women will sell this to you. This is the dry leaves that is added to the Banga soup. It's called beletete. Beletete actually reminds me of atama, which you have in Akwa Ibom, because the Akwa Ibom version of palm fruit soup is called atama. So this reminds me of dry atama. You'll need that. We need some crayfish, some pepper, some seasoning, some salt. Today is going to be seafood Banga, and first we'll have these sea snails, whelks. They've been removed from the shell, and I'm going to add to that some hard shell prawn, and today I'm using red snapper. So let's go with the preparation of the juice. Now, the normal thing is to add some hot water to this and squeeze with your hand. But I thought to myself, who knows? If I poured this into a Ziploc bag, added some warm water, and I'm squeezing and squeezing, and finally I make a hole here, I guess I'll have my palm fruit juice without having to mess up my hand. It's something I'll try, but for today, I'm going to mess up my hand. So let's get started with the juice first. I clear this out. Add some warm water. I had previously boiled the water, so I'll add 2 cups. It's more than 2 cups actually. 2 of my cups, which is almost like 4 liters. This is 2 liters. But make sure it's warm, just so that enough for you to be able to handle it with your hands, or else you add some cold water and continue. It's a bit hot, so I'll use a spoon first and then allow it to cool down. But I should have actually added some cold water before now. Okay, I think it's yeah, it's cool now to handle, so I will, is to squeeze out as much juice as possible. I don't know if my Ziploc bag would have done this, but I guess it will. It will. For Banga, sometimes what I do is that I squeeze out the juice like this, boil a bit and leave in the freezer. So when I'm ready to cook, I just take it out and, you know, cook the banga without having to go through this process. So you can make a lot of banga liquid, store in different containers, and so when you're cooking, it's easy breezy. And you know what, for the chaff, what I do as well is I put it out in the sun to dry, because I use it to start my fire when I want to grill. And you know, when we're younger, this we will find, crack and eat. Sometimes we eat it with gari. But palm kernel oil is quite good, and I do find it a lot around the markets now. And there's this other palm kernel oil. I mean, grandmothers thought that was a cure-all for everything. In Efik, it's called maya, and it's this dark substance which, as soon as you had a fever, your grandma was going to rub it all over you to get you up back on your feet quickly. So I think we've gotten out as much as possible. We just sift the rest directly into the pot. You know, if depending on the number of people you're serving, you increase the quantity of your palm fruit, just so that you get the liquid thickened up quickly, or else you're going to be boiling and boiling for a long time. Because banga is actually slightly thicker than atama soup in terms of consistency. So that's it. We'll come back and cook. Let me just clear up the mess around here. Okay, so we'll put this on the fire. I actually have about 2 liters of palm fruit juice in here, but look, if you want to serve a lot more people, you can go up to 4 liters. But I think these two would actually serve 4 people for 1 meal. So I put this on, and that should start to boil. So what I do is to add the pepper, some salt, I pour in the crayfish, and a little bit of seasoning cube, and that would start to boil. In the meantime, I want to crush the spices, the ataiko. Actually, it's something like a 1/4 teaspoon, and then the irigeje. I put the two together actually and crush into powder to be added to the soup. I like the aroma of this, and that's what makes banga different from atama soup. Like I said, I'm hoping a farmer out there starts to grow this, because we love our Bangasoup. Yeah, but I know those on a diet will say, oh yeah, too much oil. But really, you eat Bangasoup every day. So if you have to eat it well. Okay, so we'll add the spices, the ataiko and irigeje. I just like the aroma of this. And then the banga stick would go in. I would then sprinkle the beletete, which is the atama-like leaf, there, and stir. I would actually allow this to thicken a bit before I, add the fish. I've already seasoned the fish with salt, and so I'll add that when this starts to thicken a bit, just because I'm not going to cook the fish for a long time, and also this would have thickened. I can then lower the heat and cook the fish gently and the prawn. So let's just allow that to thicken a bit, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, this is thickening nicely, so I'll reduce the heat and add the fish to cook and the prawn to cook as well. I mean, I like the color of this. I like the color of this. add that. The prawn. And I'm also, because I had saved the prawn head, I'm going to add that as well. Okay, so I'll add that. You know, this is packed with flavor and a lot of taste, so we don't want to lose that. So we add that and allow the fish and the prawn to cook. I'll come back to the sea snails because these are cooked already. When I'm thickening the soup in the black pot, I'll then add that. So let's allow the fish to cook and we'll come back. Let's see. The fish is actually cooked, and what I need now is for the banga to thicken a bit more. So I would do that thickening in the clay pot, but with the fish, you have to be gentle with it so it does not break up. There you go. And then some prawn. More prawn. I'll then get to add the soup itself. Remember, I still have my sea snails there, so I'll add that as well. Add some here and then add the remaining here. This will continue to thicken, but I want this to thicken fast because my guests are waiting. So I put on the burner on this one and we get cooking. Okay. At this point, I want to take this off and thicken it when I have more guests, you know, but for now, I'll take it off and focus on this. So I turn this off and allow this to thicken to my consistency. Our soup is thick now, so I'll turn off the heat. And that's it. Bangasoup. Still bubbling. You know, sometimes I think with Bangasoup, maybe you need some air conditioner in your mouth to eat it. But you know, it's that soup that stays bubbling until you've had your last ball of swallow. So you can see still my bubbling pot of Bangasoup here. So go ahead and pick up some palm fruit and cook up this interesting dish. You're losing your weight? Don't bother about your weight. Enjoy the banga. I have a lot of recipes as well on my Instagram. On Facebook, follow my journey there, and we have loads and loads of recipes for you on the website. Until I bring you another recipe, it's bye for now.